People online love to say stuff like, oh, there's nothing good to play anymore. Meanwhile, I have a lot of trouble trying to find time to play everything that I'm interested in. And that's not because I don't enjoy games anymore or anything. It's because there's already too many good games to play. Like, how do people not find enough good stuff to play? Do people complaining about this even play video games? I don't even need to spend money on games anymore. I already have enough games to last me the rest of my life. Anything else I get is just bonus at this point. Who cares about what new games are even coming out anymore? I'm having a blast playing what I already bought. Now, I'm not saying that nothing good's come out in 2026. There's already been some really good stuff lately. There's Pocopia, Mouse PI for Hire, Resident Evil Requiem, Tomodachi Life, Pragmata, etc. I just haven't gotten around to playing any of it yet. No, what? Actually, I lied. I did play one new game this year. I played Pokemon Champions for like 3 days before I got bored and went back to playing Showdown instead. I didn't even spend money on Champions. Why bother counting it? So what have I actually been playing lately? Well, I saw this meme that was like, the second you turn 34 and you can't stop talking about Unk Slop. And I was really annoyed. Hey, I like half the stuff on here and I'm only like 27. What the heck, man? Now, I know it's rage bait and you shouldn't be mad about feeling old because then the annoying people win, but I decided to use this as a recommendations list. I like half of the stuff on here, so why wouldn't I like the other half of it? Final Fantasy VII is pretty good. When I first played the game in like 8th grade, I hated it. I liked Chrono Trigger better, which is still true, but I can kind of see why I hated it back then. Midgar is incredible, and then it's just a wild goose chase looking for Sephiroth for a good chunk of the game, which was done on purpose, but it does not help the slow pace for most of the game. It's awesome when things start happening again, but it takes a while to get to that point. FF7 really felt like one of those games that everyone should play at least once before they die. I'm probably playing the remake sometime soon. That Unk Slop rage bait also convinced me to finally play Resident Evil 4. The only other Resident Evil game I played before was 2 Remake, which I liked, but I never went back and played Claire's campaign. I did play 4 on PS4 at some point, but I didn't get very far in it. I probably just hate good games. Resident Evil 4 is another game that feels like everyone needs to play at least once. It's a really unique feeling shooter that still retains the survival horror elements. Resource management is essential, and missing too many shots can be an actual death sentence. It leads to a really tense experience where you feel rewarded for playing well. The controls are kind of weird and take some getting used to though, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but people were like, oh, Resident Evil 4 doesn't need a remake, and here I was thinking, yeah, I can see why they remade this. But the RE4 HD mod is the best remaster you could possibly ask for, so just play that if you're one of those I hate remakes guys. Actually, I don't know why you'd be playing that. You'd probably just be playing the GameCube version. RE4 is a lot longer than I was expecting too. I assumed it was like an 8-hour game, but it took me like 14 hours to get through. That's another thing. Not looking at how long to beat made me more interested in playing games I otherwise wouldn't. I don't know, it feels less intimidating not knowing what you're getting yourself into. Anyway, Resident Evil 4 is a pretty great time. I can see why this game changed some people's entire brain chemistry. It's just not one that I'm probably replaying anytime soon. I had my fun. The newest game I played this year was Dispatch. It was definitely one that I was really meaning to get to last year, but I just didn't. Dispatch is basically a Telltale game with all the point-and-click adventure bullshit stripped out. I think it was even made by a bunch of ex-Telltale devs. The story is just the cutscenes, and it's only broken up by the actual dispatching. Basically, you play as not Iron Man, and his suit gets destroyed. And because he's not Iron Man, he's not rich and doesn't have the money to repair it, so he ends up being a dispatcher for other heroes. The game definitely has all the usual Telltale tropes, like the choices not really mattering that much in the end, but everything was so well written and all the characters were so likable that I loved it anyway. To be honest, I kind of wish there was a game that was minimal story with only the dispatching. This is a lot more stressful than it looks, and when everyone you're supposed to be in charge of stops listening to you, you know exactly how Robert feels. Dispatch embraces the game part of the narrative game a lot more than other games like it, and I think it might be why it clicked with me more than other games like it. That and I just like weird superhero stories. Also, I went for Invisigal like everyone else, and I don't know what that says about me. I also replayed a couple games. Retro Achievements adding Wii support was a good excuse to go back to Wii games. I forgot how much fun Brawl is. Everyone likes to complain about the game balance and the tripping, although I also hate the tripping. But when you play the single player stuff and try to have fun like it was obviously intended, it's still a fantastic time. Even going through classic mode and trying to unlock all the characters was more enjoyable than I thought it would be. Definitely better than Ultimate's approach where you only start with 8 characters. The Subspace Emissary is a fever dream, the absolute coolest thing the series has ever done. Like, I don't care if it has to be paid DLC and has all the characters talking through visual novel dialogue, I'd love another one of these. Something everyone who's ever played Brawl has also said, and for good reason. One thing I've been doing with friends a lot is archipelago randomizers. Basically, anytime you open a chest in Zelda or Kingdom Hearts or Metroid or Hollow Knight or something, it can be an item for either you or one of your friends. So you could be playing Ocarina of Time and you find items for your friends playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and vice versa. I was already really into randomizers before this, and it just makes more kinds of randomizers fun. Like, I'd never want to play a Mario 64 randomizer on its own, but when every star in the game can potentially be an item for someone else, it's just a lot more interesting. You don't even need friends. You can just play 3 or 4 games on your own and make your own Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask randomizer with any combination of games. There's a bunch of officially supported games and way more when you start adding in what are essentially mods. I don't see Archipelago getting old for me anytime soon. I kinda want to stream playing this by myself at some point, to be honest. Okay, I lied again. I did buy and play one new game this year, but it was a collection of games I already played multiple times, so it barely counts. The Star Force Legacy Collection has been an awesome time to come back to. I forgot how good Star Force 1 is. I somehow ended up 100%ing the game in like 4 days. I've never done that with any of these games before, let alone that fast. The only problem for me is that the game is too easy. Maybe that's why I got through it so fast. Doesn't really matter what version you go with. All the transformations are basically the same. Star Force 2 gets treated too harshly. It's definitely the least good game in the series, but it's still a really enjoyable time for me. Aside from that one part where Luna gets pissed at everyone for talking to a girl during their vacation, spends the whole trip being mad in the hotel room. This was my first Star Force game, so now I remember why I didn't like Luna as a kid. She's an annoying tsundere bitch for the first half of Star Force 2 for like no reason. She's not like this in the other games, aside from the tsundere part. Like, I'm almost positive there's one part in one of these games where she says, "It's not like I like you or anything," and it just breaks my brain as an adult. Like, how could you just put that in there? Star Force 2's post-game is a bit much, though. They definitely overcorrected how easy Star Force 1 was. I'm not sure if I'll do all the post-game stuff or not. It turns out that I'm not good enough for this. I haven't gotten to replaying Star Force 3 yet, which is the best one and why I'm saving it, because I know that the moment I start playing it, I will completely overdose on it until I do absolutely everything. That'll be fun. So yeah, those are the games I played in 2026 so far, both for the first time and on a replay. Out of all the stuff I mentioned, they're all games I already had access to, aside from the Star Force collection. So if money's tight, given the god-awful economy right now, it's probably the best thing you can do. Just play what you already have. Go through your backlog, replay games you haven't touched in years, get obsessed with Minecraft again, whatever you got lying around, really. Now, I'm probably not keeping this up for much longer. The fact that I haven't caved and bought Pokopia yet is a miracle. I also really want to play Tomodachi Life and Pragmata at some point. When? I don't know. I took a bit of a break from this whole YouTube thing, maybe a longer break than I should have, but I'm actually trying to get back into it. So while I actually work on the Pokemon Emerald video that I have barely started, just to be honest with you, maybe I can talk about some more stuff on here. Everyone's been pretty doom and gloom lately because of, well, everything. But hopefully I can figure out some more positive stuff to talk about. So whatever happens, it's been fun. Take care, everyone.